So yeah, here's our kart racer. Now, like I said, there's a bit of a glitch with this build. When you import the assets, for some reason, the controls are not set. So we need to make sure that we set the controls. In order to do that, we have to go to the edit button. We have to go to preferences. Now this is a big menu with a lot of different things. We don't really want most of it. We need to go, if I can find it, it's not indexing. Maybe that's not the menu? Not general. Give me one quick second to play around here and find the menu again. I don't think it's project settings. Oh, it is project settings. I'm ridiculous. So here we need to make sure the controls are set. So in project settings, we have to find the place where we can change the input. So input manager, we're already on there actually. So we have to click this menu to go down to axes. And this is where we're going to set the controls. So we have three things we have to change: horizontal, vertical, and fire one. Now, I don't know exactly how this changes the controls, but I do know that we have to change these names because they are in the code as something different. So we're going to click on horizontal. Instead of naming it horizontal, we're going to name it steer, capital S. We're going to go to vertical now and name it throttle. And then we go to fire one and we just name it fire. Now you can also change where it's mapped. I think there is an option to change it to the spacebar just so the game is entirely played on your keyboard. I'm not going to do that simply because I like using the mouse and keyboard for this game, but we want to make sure that the fire button is mapped to our mouse. So that should be everything we need here. And if it's not, we can go back and change it. But everything there should be saved. So I'm going to exit out of that. We're getting a random error down here. Again, don't worry about yellow or orange errors. They are going to come with everything. So let's try to play the game. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to click play. I've got WASD ready and my mouse. It is going to load. And it's working. Heck yeah. So this is the basic kart racer. You grab items, you can speed up, you can slow other players down. It's actually very loud in my ears, so sorry if I'm talking loud. But yeah, you get the music playing in the background. We are losing horribly, but that is okay. We're gonna speed up a little bit. Maybe grab this power up. I missed, oh well. As you can see, the hierarchy over here is changing as objects in the world change. So we've got oil slicks spawning. We've got bullets there. Wow, I can't believe I got that actually. That was incredible. Yeah, let's see if, oh, hit him with the oil slick. You have the back camera here. And yeah, that's pretty much the kart racer. You do 3 laps around this track. And that's pretty much the basics of it. And again, I'm firing objects with the left mouse. That is just a preference. You can map it to the spacebar if you want to purely use the keyboard. Then you can map the object the function to the spacebar if you want. But that is up to you. So we did a lap. Still losing terribly, but we're just gonna press the play button again, and now we're out of the game. So now we can make changes to it. Now, we are not going to be making all those changes now. However, I do just want to introduce the concepts that I will be explaining in future streams, just so we know how we're going to mod this game a little bit. So, one thing that you can do is you can change the racer models, which is something that we're probably going to be covering on Monday. I will be showing you guys how to access new assets online. You can also make your own if you want, but that is completely up to you. But yeah, we're going to be covering how you make new assets or download them, import them, and then get them onto your game. Again, if you want to change the racer models or just add new objects to the world, you can do that. So we'll be covering that. We will probably be making new tracks entirely. This build of this game actually has an amazing built-in track editor. So we can, as you can see, the track is massive here. Lots of humps and bumps. We can change it to pretty much be however we want it to be. If you guys know, like, Roller Coaster Tycoon, that might be too old for most people, but if you guys know that, it's sort of a similar system where you just grab vertices and move them around and you get a new track. So we'll be covering that in a future stream. We can make new scenes entirely with new terrain and everything. We're going to be covering that a little bit. And then as a bonus challenge to you guys that I may or may not be covering in the future is making new power-ups and items, because we have had students that have done it before. They've been able to program new power-ups or edit existing power-ups. So if you guys are interested in that, that's my little challenge to you. If you guys want to figure out how to do that, I'm not so much of a programmer that I can do that off the top of my head, but if we have time in later streams, I might be able to cover that. But we'll mainly be covering visual modifications, music, stuff like that. We have a lot of pre-made assets in these folders, like third party and the prefabs folder. Prefab, if you don't know what that means, is essentially just a completed asset object thing. It usually comes with like scripts and everything installed in it. So pretty much as basic as just plopping it in the game. If we go into this folder, yeah, we have like the racer models, the race, and the power-ups. So yeah, that's pretty much just the things that work behind the scenes to make it all work. So probably wondering at this point how we get this game going, like how we get the folder. So I am going to stop sharing my I'm going to stop sharing my Unity screen. This is all we're going to do in Unity today. And again, if you guys want to mess around with this on your own time and then have questions, you can book a meeting with me and we can talk about how you work with this stuff. But we're going to be covering a lot of that in future streams. So stay tuned. Let me just show you guys how to get the folder for this, the Unity package. So, okay. So we are now at a Google Docs presentation that we used for our Level Up Summer Camp at ASU this past month or so. I was in Arizona doing this camp with Endless, and this is where we have the repository for all of our material. So on slide 19 of this presentation, which, by the way, you can access by going to this tiny URL down here. It's on every single slide. It's tinyurl.com/levelupmesa22. If you go to this slideshow, which should be accessible to everyone, you have the schedule and everything. And on slide 19, this is where you get the game. So you'll just click on Racer Game, and I'll send out this this slideshow as well. Give me one quick second. I'll just copy it now. So yeah, if you need access to this, you can click on this slide 19 Racer Game. This will take you to just a basic Google Drive screen. Can't preview file because it's a billion files in one. And so you can just click download. If it asks you about viruses, just click through and download the package. And then you can do what I showed earlier with the import custom package, and it should show up in your downloads folder as a package that is eligible to be downloaded. You import the assets, you have your game. And you can play around with it as much as you want. You can do pretty much whatever you want with it as long as the game still works. But of course, with anything that can break in technology, always keep a backup. keep like a vanilla project available if you can, because if something breaks when you're playing around with it and you can't play that build anymore, you can just re-import this package into a brand new project. Make sure you start a new project and then download. You don't even have to re-download the Unity package. It should still be in your downloads. Just re-import it, change the controls again like I showed, and then you should be good to play and modify the game. So that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. Are there any questions at all about what's going on? If you have trouble again getting Unity, please reach out to someone on the team, and we will help you get your account ready, get your license ready. Again, it should all be pretty self-explanatory and walk you through the process as you're installing Unity. If you have any questions about the version, please make sure that you check the stream, make sure your version lines up with ours, and then you're free to pretty much do whatever you want with the game. It's gonna be really fun to see people make different things in this game. I've already seen some amazing students do some amazing things in this little racer game. So yeah. Let me think if there's anything else I really need to cover. And again, if there are questions, please, please, please ask. So we're getting a question about how involved can you get with changing things in the game. You can do a variety of things with this game. You can change the racer models and replace them with models that you find either on the internet or that you made. You can change the terrain and the track around the terrain. You can, if you want, do some coding and try to change the power-ups a little bit. You can change little things like the icons if you want, but you can also change their function if you have the coding prowess to do that, which unfortunately I don't have, at least right now, maybe in the future. But yeah, you can change all the visuals as much as you want. You can incorporate a new skybox. You can, again, change terrain and make it look different. You can completely change the track. And all of that will be covered in future streams. If you don't know how to do it right now, I will show you in short order. Well, I appreciate all of you guys tuning into this. I hope I'm doing an okay job walking you guys through the basics of my passion, because this is something that I've always loved studying. I've always enjoyed making games on my own and for friends and everything, and now I get to share it with everyone. So I'm super, super thankful for you guys that tuned into this. Again, if you have any questions at all, reach out to me on Discord at Jillian X Endless. I'm in the Endless Studios Discord if you want to reach me there. But I am also, you can reach me at my email as well, which is jquale, Quale, at endlessstudios.com. So if you want to reach me there or send me a message there, I'm free to answer whatever questions you have. And again, we're going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of it probably starting on Monday, as long as everything goes according to plan. So we'll be showing off how to change racers and look online for assets and do all that fun stuff so we can start making the game our own. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say. So again, thank you all so, so, so much for tuning in. If you guys need any help, please let me know. And yeah, I hope that we can all make something cool soon. So thank you all so, so much. And I'll see you guys all later.